Japan finds partners for its militarization. Japan is infamous in West Asia for its swift ninja attacking movies. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida executed one of these movies in Perth, catching many defense and foreign affairs observers by surprise. What was supposed to be a stage-managed confirmation of the reciprocal access agreement turned into a full-blown treaty-style defense commitment that further trashed Japan's self-defense constitution. The meeting was billed as a ratification of the agreement, which allows the partners to host each other's military forces and increase joint training exercises. Instead, the meeting went well beyond these parameters and announced a joint declaration on security cooperation. It is unclear if this acceleration was initiated at the request of the Australian government or the Japanese government. It fits neatly within Australia's growing fear of Asia region and with Japan's decade-long quest for remilitarization and repudiation of its self-defense restrictions. The announcement bears the same imprint as the Southern AUKUS announcement in that it came without warning, without public or parliamentary policy debate in Australia, and without consultation with countries in the Asia region. There are significant implications for both Australia and Japan in the announcement. For Australia, the most important element of the new security deal is the provision to consult each other about respective threats to national security. This is similar to Australia's 1951 AUKUS treaty with the United States, which requires those two allies to consult together if their territorial integrity or security is threatened. It appears the agreement does not go as far as Article 4 in the AUKUS treaty, covering mutual defense obligation if there was an armed attack in the Pacific. However, as the full text of the agreement remains largely under wraps, it is not possible to verify this conclusion. Japan could not agree to a mutual defense obligation under its current constitution, but the intent to do so is becoming increasingly clear. For Japan, this agreement is another coup on the path to Japanese militarization that was started by former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe and which is continued by Prime Minister Kishida Under these two leaders, Japan is determinedly transitioning from its post-war Pacific self-defense stance. It has clear aspirations to become a different kind of regional power. Kishida remains the declaration is a confirmation of consultations and consideration of responses regarding contingencies that could affect regional security. The reference to regional security shows an intended overreach that extends beyond the self-defense charter of Japanese defense forces. Japanese ambassador to Australia, Shigeru Yamagami, further hinted at just how far Japan is now considering what constitutes a region of Japan's interest. He said that Perth is the ideal setting located at the geopolitical nexus of Australia, the Indo-Pacific, and the economic nexus of our Japan-Australia relationship. Senior defense ministry officials go further, advocating a military role beyond Japan's shores. In reference to a Taiwan constituency, they told Japan's Yomiuri Shimbun newspaper that we should be prepared for a joint response with self-defense forces. Despite the official Japanese Ministry of Foreign Affairs assertion that the agreement affirmed their common purpose in working together and with other countries through such fora as Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation and ASEAN Region Forum and the East Asia Summit. It seems that these organizations were neither consulted nor informed of the announcement, like the surprise occurs announcement. This may lead to a flurry of hasty diplomatic briefs within the region. Many in the Asia region will view this expanded agreement with concern because it is with a country that has never fully reconciled its recent past, running beneath the smoother mantle of trade relationship and deep currents of discomfort around Japan's refusal to acknowledge the forced prostitution of Korean women, the biological and chemical weapons experimentation on civilians in northeast China, and the massacres in Nanjing and elsewhere. There has been no explicit rejection of the impact of Japan's previous ambitions, and this leaves a level of unease as Japan moves further away from the constraints of its peace constitution. Many in the region do not embrace Japan's move towards military expansion, even if it is part of a broader US and Australia-supported engagement like Singapore. They acknowledge China's legitimate interests and prefer to deploy diplomacy rather than confrontation. They do not want war in their neighborhood. They are concerned about the extent of Japan's ambition and the ability to control its military cable. The importance of the joint declaration lies in the way it furthers ambitious and Kishida's long-term ambition to dismantle Japan's peace constitution it further propels Australia's disengagement with many in the SA region because it continues the trajectory towards conflict. Australia gives the impression of being unable to accept the new post-colonial world order. Japan's Ninja-like surprise has found a willing partner in its quest for remilitarization.